Just tell me how you met the guy.
Okay, so there was this guy who was at a Starbucks, and I'd seen him every day. And one day he says, "What do you do?" And I said, "He says you do coaching or something, right?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, how much do you charge?" And I said, "It's $1,000 a month." He goes, "Well, I'm homeless. I'm living in my car." He goes, I lost my job about 6 months ago." He goes, "I've just been floundering." He goes, I don't know. I'm not doing anything. And he goes, "So I can't afford $1,000 a month." And I said, "Okay." And he goes, "What about one session?" And I said, "Well, I don't do one sessions. But if I did do one session, it would take 1,000 divided by 4, and it's 250. He goes, "Oh, man." He goes, "Well, I could really just use just some, some guidance, just get some clarity." He goes, things are pretty bad." I said, "Look, I'll do something with you." I said, I'll make you a deal. How much do you have?" And he goes, I don't have any money. I don't have $250. I said, "Okay, look." I said, "I'm not going to do it for free, and I want it to cost you something where you stretch." And I said, "So, what do you have?" And he's like, "I've got like $140 to my name." And I go, "Okay, so you figure out between 100 and 140, you figure out how much you want to pay." And he says, "That's all I've got." And I said, "I understand that." I said, "But if we want to make a change, we're gonna have to change the way things are being thought of right now. You're thinking you only have $140. Let's talk about it." I said, "Okay." So I go in and get a coffee, come back out, and he goes, "Look, I'll pay $100. I said, "Okay." He goes, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." I said, we'll sit down." So I wrote him out about 25 questions. I said, "Answer all these questions, and I'm going to go away for a while, and then I'll come back, and we'll go over the questions." So I come back, and he's like, "Okay." And he's telling me his whole story, and we reframe all these different stories. And he's like, "Oh, man," he goes, "I just don't know." He goes, "But, I do feel better." And I said, "Okay, now tomorrow you need to call me, and I want to hear what action steps you've taken that we've talked about." He said, "Okay." So next day he calls me, "Hey, man, I did this, did this, did this." He goes, "I still don't know what I'm going to do. I'm still homeless." I go, "Of course you are. You were homeless yesterday. You're going to be homeless today. I said, nothing's changed." So he's, "Yeah." So he says, "Well, okay, well, I appreciate it." So we see each other for a couple of weeks, and then he's gone. He's gone. I mean, he just disappears. I've seen him every day at Starbucks. He's gone. So 4 months goes by. I walk up to Starbucks the other day, and he's like, "Hey, Bob." I go, "Hey, how are you?" He goes, "Good." He goes, "Man," he goes, "it has been amazing." I said, "Why? What have you done?" He goes, "I've put over 10,000 miles in traveling since then." And I go, "What? You didn't have a job. You just bought a beater car, and how did you do 10,000?" He goes, "I drove that car everywhere." He goes, "I went to Canada. I flew to London to visit my sister. I flew to Australia. I came back." He goes, "While I was in London," he goes, they came up and offered me a job." He goes, "I go back on Tuesday. I've got a great job. I'm going back to in London." And he goes, "And I'll probably work there a couple of years, and I'll come back and live here in Marina Del Rey." He goes, "Man, it was great."
Nice.
I'm like, "Dude, you're a rock star."